Hi there, and welcome to What the Tech. I'm Rolando, and today we jump into a session where we look at video solutions for the office and some that may be for the home. But we're looking at platforms such as Zoom, Teams, and answering your most asked questions when it comes to these video solutions. Maestro, roll the intro. Welcome to What the Tech. I'm Rolando at the helm, founder of Global Tech Worldwide. I'm so glad you could join me today because you're in for a special treat. We've got video solutions that are designed for the office. A lot of folks are asking about solutions for the huddle space and what to do with that. And we've got some tips and pointers. We're going to answer some of your most frequently asked questions, and stay tuned to the end, the very end, where we're going to have special guest Neil Flooster of Poly join us live all the way from the UK. But before we get to all the action, I got to bring out somebody that is as important, I would say, maybe as the air as I breathe. Could I say that? Maybe not. But somebody extremely important to me and to the podcast from the Granite State, Dave Kelly.
Oh, shucks. Thanks, Rolando. I appreciate the intro. Hey, listen, likewise. It's the season of giving and showing thanks. Listen, I want to say thanks for helming this ship, leading this organization. We all believe in you. We're all having a great time. And we just want to give you a little shout out here.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Dave.
Listen, today's going to be super cool. We have a special guest. We have some cyber guests coming on. We're asking some frequently asked questions. We're checking out new technology. Listen, there's a lot to navigate. Video, I think, is definitely one of those solutions where if folks haven't adopted it, it's definitely something that you're budgeting for. So listen, we're going to walk you through a couple of different solutions. We dove into some products yesterday, and we have some new products today. So let's get into it.
All right. So let's go right into this video bar. It's not quite new, but it's one that people keep asking for. They're looking for things that don't break the bank, especially now there's more folks are heading back into the office, Dave. Things are conditions in different states are improving, and so people are working in the office. Some people are still working at home. So we want to focus in on those areas where you would want to upgrade your conference room. It stuns me. I mean, how many conference rooms still don't have any video solution, Dave? They're still using the laptop, the integrated laptop. And we're going to show you a little bit of why that probably may not be such a good idea. But we want to help you on your journey as you're looking to source different products and what they mean for you. Certainly those platforms like Zoom and Teams have skyrocketed to the top, especially when you're talking about in the business environment, Dave. And a lot of folks keep asking, what can I use with Zoom? What can I use with Teams? What can I use in my huddle space? How could we outfit our conference room without breaking the bank? And I think we've got a really good lineup today to help answer those questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So today we're going to be reviewing some solutions from Poly. The first one up front will be the Poly Studio USB, but I think we have I think our intern wanted to jump in. I think he has an announcement to say.
All right. Eric, come on out then. Do we have Eric? Oh, there he is.
Oh, but I can hear me. Can you hear me? How do I sound okay?
You sound a little choppy, Eric. We'll let your audio compose a little bit. See if that fixes itself.
Is it still buggy, Rolando? Check. 1, 2.
It's improving. Are you still in meet? If you're meet, unmute there.
Yes. I might be in 2 rooms at the same time.
There you go.
How about now?
Yeah,
how
better.
about now?
Much
All right.
better.
Hey everyone. Hey Rolando. Hey Dave. Pleasure to be here, and to everyone watching right now, don't forget to like. I'm just here to pull some strings in the background while the show runs, and just wanted to say hello to y'alls. Hey.
Hey, awesome. Eric, nice to have you.
Yeah, absolutely, Eric. Eric, I know you're going to be helping pitch it a little bit. We've got a lot of moving parts today, and we needed some extra hands. We're going to be bringing out some solutions, some guests, and some other stuff. So thanks for joining us today.
So to everyone watching, I'll be popping in and out of this show, but for the most part, it's going to be the Rolando and Dave show as always. Toodles.
All right, Dave. All right, Eric. That's Eric, the intern. He'll be helping us out and pulling some fun stuff that we have in store for the audience today, Dave.
Absolutely. No, that's good.
All right. So let's go right into the first product that we want to talk about. That's the Poly Studio USB video bar. This is a video bar designed for the conference room. We're going to do a little bit unboxing, but before we get there, I actually got to go get it. It's not a little itty bitty little web cam that you stick on top of your laptop. So I've got it off here to the side. I'm going to shoot it over here to Dave while I go retrieve it, and we have it here. We can talk about it and show it to the audience. All right, Dave, take it over.
Yep. All right. So what we're showcasing is part of the Poly Studio collection. This is the Poly Studio USB. This is, it's something that is for smaller huddle rooms that won't break the bank. It's a sub $1,000 system. It does require a PC or a Macintosh, so it's not a standalone, system. Just requires some control. It is Microsoft Teams friendly and also friendly with really any SIP video that you're sending over the network. It has a slew of options and features, which we will demonstrate shortly here. And give me one more second. And it is something that will certainly fit the budget. It's a handsome product. And again, it's called the Premium USB Video Bar. I think Rolando's bringing it in right now.
I've got it. I've actually had the chance to play around with it, and the audio is amazing. I was with my little kid the other day. We were watching some YouTube stuff and just kind of fiddling around with it, and he likes the Viking skull chant. Skull, 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 and they're clapping. Blah, blah, blah. The stadium full of people. Blah, blah. And then they blow the horn. Special guests will blow the horn, whoever they have for the day, doing the... I know that if you're not a Viking fan, you're going to find it annoying, but if you're a Viking fan, you absolutely almost brings tears to your eyes, because 80,000 people cheering skull, skull, skull before the game, and then the kickoff. It's just an awesome thing to see. I'm a Viking fan. I went to school in Minnesota, so big up to my Viking fans that are watching. I don't think they're not having a great season. All right. Not a lot to root for, but the season's not over, Dave. You play till the last game and until the whistle is blown.
Yeah, they're not doing too awful. There's definitely a lot of worse teams off for sure. I think Minnesota's in the hunt for the wild card.
That's right. They're in the wild card slot right now. Hopefully, a couple more breaks go their way, and they can see themselves in the playoffs.
Skull.
Maybe we'll give. I'll actually hook it up and give folks a little taste of the audio. So let me pull this bad boy out. Where you want to show it, Ori? From the side cam or from the main? What do you see it best from? From this guy? All right. So yeah, there we go.
Wow, that is big.
It is. But look at this, Dave. This is what makes this so interesting. Here on the left and right, it's basically audio. These are just speakers.
Awesome.
That you've got. And so the audio you're going to get through here, it is amazing. It's going to fill up the whole room. I mean, it filled up my whole house full of... here, let me move the microphone a little closer. So it fills up the entire room. So if you're going to use... This is not going to sit on your monitor. Trust me. Your monitor... And it comes with a stand on the back. So it's a wall mountable. It comes with a wall mount. Comes with its own power supply. It comes with a very long extension, USB extension. So you're just going to plug this right in to your USB port on your computer, and you'll be off to the races, just like if it were a USB webcam. But it's especially designed for a conference room. So you just plug it into the USB, give it some power, and off to the races. Oh, and somebody's just chiming in. Brian on LinkedIn, that's American football. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
You seeing that right?
Yeah.
Brian, do you have a favorite team? I would love to know what team you root for if you're into the football thing. So so and then on the back, it's wall mountable. So you can put it with the foot pedal, not foot pedal, but the stand that it comes with.
Yep.
So it can rest right on the table. As you see, I'll put it right here on the table or in your conference room. Usually these guys are nestled under a flat screen. to capture just the best audio possible and video. And you're gonna get a really good camera here. You know, maybe Dave, we could probably hook that up and give a test run to see what that looks like with our audience, just like we did yesterday with the P21. Just to see, I have not seen it used. So in terms of using it with like this, like we did yesterday, the P21, maybe we'll just hook it up and let people see what it looks like live without any monkeying, no filtering, whatnot. So you get a chance to see that. Certainly worth turning the audio on at least. Maybe do a skull chant for the folks that are out there that are Vikings fans. Give them a taste. Comes with a nice little remote. Eagles. Oh, you know, Brian, I see that you're rooting for the Eagles. I happen to live in the in the nation's capital area, and you know, oh my God, it's like it's like fighting words around here when you say the Eagles. You know, that's enough to get into a fisticuff if you're saying you're an Eagles fan around here. So Brian, thanks for chiming in on the Eagles. I can't root for you on this one, not for the Eagles, but thanks for letting us know you're an Eagles fan. All right. Comes with a remote control. Very easy to use. Not a lot of buttons, Dave, on this remote control. Super easy. You got your volume. You got the search. You can pair it via Bluetooth, which is kind of cool. You could do some Bluetooth action there. You have some ports on the back. Let me tell you, you've got just some very straightforward ports. All you have is USB. You have a microphone port and an auxiliary port, and you've got your power. That's
so
it.
The microphone port. This is something I want to point out. It has the ability to have an optional extended microphone. So if you find that this is in your room and maybe you want to put it into a larger room and you have any concerns about audio, you can take one extra mic and you can kind of lead it from there, put that on the table to accommodate larger rooms. So that's certainly a nice feature.
And the Bluetooth, I would imagine you're going to be able to use, Dave, any of the wonderful Poly solutions that we talked about yesterday, like the 40, the 20, even probably the 40, because you have the ability on the 40 here. Let me show you the 40, the Sync 40. You have the ability to daisy chain. So if you're talking about larger rooms, you're talking about maybe using two Sync 40s that connect to each other via Bluetooth, and you've got a simple to use, easy button to pair both of those 40s. So if you're in a larger room, this is a great device to have. This is my go-to device for speakerphone. I mean, that's what's on my desk, and
sure.
I think I've lost you for a second, Mr. Dave, because I lost the audio feed. So give me a second. Something went kablooey on my end. There we go.
So
I got you back.
Yeah, I never lost you.
I did. I couldn't hear anything. But so yes, so it comes with the remote control, comes with the cable you need, Bluetooth if you need to use Bluetooth, which is terrific. You've got that optional microphone on the back, so if you want to have a wired connection for a microphone, like Dave said, and you're off to the races. Dave, you want to do a demo with it, or no? Should we move on? You tell me.
Yeah, no, we should do a demo. You know,
all right.
One of the things I just want to point out here is that it works with any UC platform that supports videos. So whether it's something as simple as Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, of course, Ring Central, whatever it might be.
Zoom.
Thank you. It's a USB device, goes right into your PC or laptop, and all of the control for starting the call, inviting your guests, whatever it might be, that's all done within the application that the user is already familiar with. So just bear in mind, you're not learning a new interface here. Whatever UC application you're using, this Poly system is going to work right along with that.
I'm gonna jump on because you said Zoom. Just want to check something on Zoom real quick. Yes. So so what you're looking at right now, Dave, this is a Zoom certified solution. The Poly Studio USB, which is what I've got right here, is Zoom certified. So if you're a Zoom shop or an enterprise or a business that is on Zoom, this will put your folks to look really nice, doesn't break the budget, and is Zoom certified. A lot of folks, especially enterprise folks, Dave, they want that certification. It's that seal of approval that Zoom says it's good for us.
Right. And, with folks setting standards, it's important, and what I love about standards is, if Zoom is deployed throughout the organization, everyone has the application on their PC, They can come into your huddle space where you have a nice display. You have this device mounted to the wall or sitting on the stand. That user that's walking and using that huddle space, it's just simple for them. It's you connect it to your computer or laptop, and then they're off to the races.
Absolutely. Stay here with Dave. I'm going to plug in and see if we give our folks a taste of a demo. So go ahead, Dave. Take it away.
All right. So this product lines up within a portfolio from Poly called the Studio Series. It is the sub $1,000 solution here. It does have a 4K camera, which everybody's asking about. Also 120-degree field of view. So depending on the size of your room there, it should be something that you want to take into consideration. We'll talk about the noise blocking technology that it features. We'll demo that. Rolando has that there. And if you were to, if the Poly Studio is something that maybe is not a big enough solution for maybe larger rooms, Poly also has the Studio X30 and Studio X50. These are higher end systems that are more all-in-one. They don't require the PC or the laptop to be there. They're fully integrated room systems with full control. But here, the Poly Studio, again, for organizations that are diving into video, you want something that's better than just a standard webcam. You're also moving beyond personal use. You're moving towards that space. You need something that's a little bit bigger and expandable than this Poly Studio USB is certainly something that you should consider. And of course, Polycom is synonymous with video conferencing. They're a tried, trusted organization. They stand by their products, and their manufacturing and their quality have always been superior, in my opinion. Looking forward to hearing the audio on those, because what Poly can do with small speakers is pretty phenomenal. Here we have two of them on each side. Rolando was getting pretty excited about those Viking chants over there, so he's already set the expectation that this thing is going to blow us away. Rolando, how are you back in the studio over there? I have a feeling he may be under a desk. Oh, we get some feedback. I love video and audio stuff. We're looping things around into different systems. Stuff's bound to happen. Otherwise, pretty quick setup. I have a feeling that taking it out of the box may have taken you a little bit longer than even just getting this quick connection. He's waving his finger. He's trying to find it. So part of our... All right. There he comes. Eric, man, I'm doing really well. Hey, you had mentioned in an email to the team earlier that there was some Blackwire USB headsets. Are we trying to move some stuff? I haven't jumped on the LinkedIn page. If I juggle too many windows, I'm bound to crash something. But I will put it out there, and I'll say anyone that's watching us live on LinkedIn, give us a shout out. Also say that Eric is the best. And
all right.
And we'll make sure that we enter you. Let's see. What do we got? Got a nice handful of folks that are out there, I believe.
Yeah, if you're watching from LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, just comment your favorite host of the day. Is it Rolando, is it Dave, or is it Eric the Intern?
I am not looking to win that contest. This is if this was a beauty contest, I know where I stand on everyone's favorite on that one. Probably somewhere near the bottom of that list. All right, it's hard for me to have these multiple streams open, so I have to close the LinkedIn. The delay causes.
You were listening to the stream. Gotta have it on mute, Dave.
It wasn't. I wasn't listening to it, but it was just the extra video, and I didn't know if I was looking at me from yesterday or me from the future. That's a joke.
Always an interesting thing to see yourself from the future, or
My
rather
attempt.
in the past. In the
Or
past.
in the past.
Yep.
Every-
That was you from like 10 seconds ago, right?
Everything is in the past.
All right. So I think Rolando is almost set up. We're gonna check your microphone, bro.
Ooh, he's getting that chant
Ooh.
ready.
Yep, I hear some chanting. All right. Can we check your microphone, bro? Ooh, look at that auto zoom. Anyway, I'll leave you gents to it. Guys, if you're still in Amazon, just comment Eric is the best, and you might get a chance to win a Plantronics Blackwire headset. All right, I'm hopping
Eric.
off. Bye, everyone.
All right, bye, Eric.
All right. As you can see, it took me less than 5 minutes to get it up and running. Now, I did take it out of the box earlier, but power, USB cable, turning it on, and that's doing it on the fly here. Not the most handy person. So it doesn't take very long to hook it up. As you can see, if you're looking from behind me, you can see what it looks like. This is the actual shot. And it's got the motion tracking enabled, so I've got to moving my hands around. But if I were to turn around, you can also disable that. It's kind of cool, like from behind kind of view. So I'm going to turn around, look at the camera here. All right, and I can actually adjust. Let me see. I can point it up just a little bit.
I gotta say, the video quality looks spot on. The colors look spot on.
All right, so you may not hear me, Dave, because I'm not
I
at the
can hear.
microphone. So, but I'm gonna be back here. Give me your shot. Boo, 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 boo. Go Eagles. Never. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do now?
That's framing.
Trolling. I'm trolling Brian. I don't know if he's still on, but I'm trolling Brian a little bit. What I'm going to do now, so you see the video, you see how clear the shot is. I'm really for all those people watching right now, this is the first time that we've hooked it up, seen it live. I like the element of surprise because Dave, I want to know if I'm going to be disappointed or not, and I'm not disappointed with what I'm seeing. And you know what? Hold up a second. It's so new. I don't even have to look at this. You see me taking the plastic
that's
off?
satisfying.
Ooh, that actually looks better now.
Looks much better now.
It was looking a little dull. Look at that. I'm like, wait a minute. There it goes.
Sorry, Paulie. We weren't doing the product justice.
No, look at that. Better picture. So look at that. I'm looking at my colors. They look real. My face looks pretty good. My hair looks all right. You can see the back of my head. Not that I was anticipating that today. But
that's a sharp 4K image, right?
Dave, we could even put the just as a comparison so that people could see or side by side, put this image next to my Sony camera. I think we're gonna get a really good. Yeah, just drop Dave for a second. You'll be right back, Dave. There we go. So now I'm going to, obviously this is the Poly Studio USB camera. I'm looking right at you. All right, now I'm going to turn around. I'm going to move over here so that you've got both of them side by side. And that doesn't look bad at all. Look, I mean, this image right here with the Poly USB, I would actually stream with that, Dave. I don't know if you can. I'm sure you can hear me. This obviously is the close-up on the right with the Sony cameras that we use for the podcast, but that's a good-looking shot right here. It's really good. So if you have any doubts about this camera, I would say I would put it up to. Let me see. I can even zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Maybe I didn't put the batteries in here. All right, don't worry about that. Let me see. Let me try. Give it one more try. No, don't worry about it. So I won't fiddle with I forgot to put the batteries in, but I really like this image. It is really comparable, and we haven't set. So the studio lights are set for the Sony camera, so it's optimized for that. I would imagine it'll look even better if we had the studio lights optimized for the type of aperture that we have in this Poly Studio USB. if we were to tinker with the lens app as well to refine some of the features, we'd probably get even a better picture. But I'm really amazed at what we're getting here at this price point, Dave. This camera probably cost $5,000 before. A couple years ago. I know you did AV for a long time, so you know that these kinds of devices used to cost quite a bit.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think we're doing the product justice because you're using this in kind of that smaller environment, but it is designed, it's designed for a larger room. I really loved that auto tracking for the camera.
Absolutely.
It wasn't jittery. It wasn't too fast.
No, it's clean. Look, I'm moving my hand, and you don't see any blur. I'm not seeing any blur. I'm going to move up. I'm going to take a page out of Harris Heller. He likes doing this. Move close. Move away. How'd that look, Dave? Was I still in focus?
You confused the camera a little bit. I mean, you can tell
forget the Sony one.
Right. Oh no, I am.
Right,
yeah. But it's reading you quick. You can tell there's some smart artificial intelligence in there.
Oh, look at that. See, so if you're in a conference room, booyaka. Here we go. Your favorite fish fertilizer. Make sure you use it with all your plants right here. Harvest Neptune. That's what I use with my plants.
That's a remarkable camera, man. Now, if you move up, if you're quiet, I want to see if the camera will move. So I'll do the talking. The camera can't hear me. All right. And then here it is. And then it pulls back. That's sweet. Again,
it seems like it's also auto adjusting. You see the light right over here? It's auto adjusting for that. So that we've got our key light up here. And I noticed the image gets darker or lighter depending on where it's focusing. So it's doing some auto adjusting of the light on the fly.
Right.
Again, we haven't had the chance to make all the refinements using the poly lens, which is something I would highly encourage you to do when you get any of these video solutions. Use the poly lens app to make sure that you get the lighting that's appropriate for your environment. You're going to get much better video quality than just out of the box. But out of the box, it looks really good. I'm impressed with what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
You know what we should do, Dave?
Sure. Tell me.
So that people see, because we're talking about a lot of conference rooms using their laptops where they take 4 people or 5 people and just put them around the conference room. I'm going to turn on my laptop and let's look at that because that's really a good comparison. When we compared it to a very expensive Sony camera, and I think it holds its own, let's show what folks would get if they upgraded. So now we're kind of going in reverse. So give me a second while I switch the camera here on the computer.
So this will be interesting because before when we set up for our shows, the video sources, I normally need to toggle between my built-in camera, my external camera, and I will tell you it's like night and day. I don't know what kind of camera Rolando has on his laptop, but if you're looking to invest a small amount of money for a much better experience, we're going to see what it looks like with the old, which is just the built-in hardware on that laptop versus a professional, still entry level, mind you. The Studio USB is sub $1,000. I think it's closer to $800. There's still larger room systems that are available, but this is, the popular huddle space. This is where we feel that folks are putting their attention. So that's why we're highlighting this and not some of these larger studio room settings.
I'm ready.
But
go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, Ori. Bring the.
So we're bringing in Rolando.
Yeah. So look. So you may not. Let me see. I can move the mic over here. You got me.
Sound good. Yep. You still sound good.
It looks a little weird because it's underneath the. Let me try to see if I can move this just a touch without moving too much. All right. So this is the laptop. Look at the huge difference it's just a huge drop off in quality. They're in the same location. This is what you'd be seeing if you're using a laptop. You see how grainy? I'm looking at this is the built-in, thank you, Ori. This is built-in laptop right now. So this is what you're getting when you're showing this type of image. And Lenovo is not a bad company. They make good products. It's just that web stuff is video and even audio. That's not their thing, Dave. They make great laptops. They make great PCs, but when it comes to the integrated built-in webcam, it just falls way short of the mark.
And let alone what you're showing now is just the video, Rolando.
Yeah.
The audio experience that you would get from a laptop, I mean, same thing. It's just it doesn't stand up to an external hardware solution like the Poly Studio.
And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. So that was the last thing we're going to leave our audience with, unless you want to throw a few more things, is what that audio sounds like. I'm going to put on the Skull chant. So you can, for all the Vikings fans, get them going so that maybe we can get some mojo for the rest of the season. Let's see. You'll see what this sounds like. Here we go. You can move it over to the main cam, Ori. There we go. Audio's coming from the
So it's just coming from the speakers on the Studio USB. Wow. He's really into that.
freaking awesome, man. You know what? I haven't been to some of the other stadiums, the new stadiums the Vikings it used to be called the Metro Center or Metrodome, but it is raucous. I've been to 2 games there and it's just unbelievable. I'd love to see what the new field over in the AT&T field, and I'd love to go to and it's not called the new Candlestick Park over in San Francisco, but the Viking stadium, the US Bank Stadium. Those people know how to cheer for their team.
Is that the stadium that they built specifically to reflect sound so it would sound louder than it really is? Isn't that a form of cheating?
No. It is giving your team the best home field advantage. Right? Let's face it, these are professionals, right, Dave? Yes, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult, but you go to the Mercedes-Benz Dome in New Orleans, the Superdome. It's loud. It's just an enclosed stadium. The loudest stadium, I'm told, is the Seahawks. They're positioned perfectly for the acoustics to make it louder. So you don't necessarily have to have an enclosed stadium to have the loudest. Theirs is the loudest, and it's not enclosed.
Right. Well, so the demo was pretty good. I could hear it. It sounded really good. There was no distortion or anything. It's tough to demo a big product like this for the audio quality because at the same time you're also using our own microphone, so it's kind of passing through and whatnot. It looks like Minnesota has an easy one coming up.
Against the plane.
So you're playing the Lions early afternoon, but
it's a conference rivalry, so anything could happen.
Always tricky,
right? It could be a sleeper, one of those. They're looking past the Lions to the next team, but that could be very tricky if they're doing that. Ori, shoot it to Dave so I can just move there we go. So I can move this out of my background.
So we have so much product that Rolando must be looking to rent a storage space. We get pretty excited working with the manufacturers and have this opportunity to show off the hardware. We could see a new monitor behind him. This was from yesterday. This is the P21 all-in-one personal video system, and the product that we're showing here much different. It's not for personal use. Again, it's for the larger huddle spaces. And again, the office trends. I was listening to a podcast recently, and they were asking this expert, what do you think will happen with all of this empty office space? What will come of this? And a lot of folks are talking about hoteling. So it would be nice that when folks are in a hybrid work situation, when they need to come in and they need to have some personal space, or even just go in and use one of these rooms, they could walk in, they have a nice little room, nice camera, the display, and hopefully a poly setup like this. Oh, and what do we have here?
We have one of the guys over from Poly demonstrating, this is, I believe, the studio USB, showing how it works, plugs in. I forgot this gentleman's name. Maybe we could ask Neil when he comes on. I know he knows this gentleman. I'm not familiar with him, but you could see there, it's the same thing. That's one of the things, one of the pointers. Let's go to a pro tip, Ori. Pro tip numero uno for the day. So when you use, whether it's this particular webcam or camera, or even cameras, you're shooting with your own iPhone or Android, you want to shoot it at a higher angle than eye level. You're going to get a much more flattering, much more a better angle that's going to show you off. I did not know anything about cameras and angles and all that, but something that I've learned in the last couple of months and in working with Ori, our producer, is that you're gonna show yourself better, especially in a conference room or even personally. So if you've got you're shooting with, where did it go? Shooting with your smartphone instead of here, where we most of the time we shoot, you want to raise it up a little bit more. It's going to look a lot better. May reduce those bags, if you can't get rid of them, but the better shot is above. Trust me, the better shot is above. So slightly above your eye level, you're going to get a much better viewing angle. You'll look more flattering to the people that you're watching instead of that infamous up the nose shot that everybody gets when they're using their laptop. So if you have a laptop too, and that's all you've got, raise it up, prop it up on a book or something or a stand, you're going to get a much better angle and people are going to thank you for it. So that's the pro tip numero uno for the day. All right. All right, where are we? Because I completely lost my. I see where we are. We're in the P15 to P21. No, I heard Dave talk about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we wanted to talk about how this is slightly different from the P15 and P21, because it kind of sits within a similar pricing structure. The P15 and the P21, those are personal video devices, not designed for a room. Yes, you might be able to have someone parked next to you to be on a video call. But we did the P15 personal video bar yesterday.
Yep.
And then the Studio P21 that you have right behind you there, which is really an amazing piece of hardware. It includes everything, including the display, the lights, the integrated camera, the integrated microphones, the integrated speakers. That is a hot piece of hardware.
I got to tell you, Dave, it's a new type. It's a new class, or probably a new class or a new category of webcams. I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of cameras that I have here around me. It is completely different from any of those 7 because it's got the integrated camera into the display, but then you have the audio built in. It doubles as a second monitor, and you can wirelessly charge your own mobile device if that device supports the wireless charging. Yeah, I mean, it is completely different. I don't even know what I call it, just an all-in-one, because that's essentially what it is. It's your audio, video, and it's got some buttons built in so that if you want to program the functions, if you're watching media or whatever, we went through some of this. I think a full, thorough, answer the community style type of not just review, but tutorial on what it does, because we would spend an entire program just going over on all the features it does. I also wanted to, Brian lets us know that the name of the gentleman in the video, he's the director of product marketing over at Poly, and his name is Brian Phillips. So Brian Phillips, you're doing a great job with the videos. Maybe you can give me some pointers on some of that stuff too. Yeah. So Brian, kudos to you. Thanks for letting us know, Brian Amato, Brian A, as we'll refer to you. All right. We were talking about Teams and Zoom. Dave, you want to hit a little bit more? I was talking about Zoom and what that the Studio USB is certified, which is what we showed earlier.
Yep.
and you could use it for Teams as well. You can certainly use that. It makes your life a lot easier. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, so I mean, we just started using Teams. It's not what we use as a standard. You know, it's important for us to really use all the different applications that are out there. So I'm somewhat of a Teams newbie, but when we take a Teams device and we connect it in, from there, everything is really straightforward. Most of the hardware that's Teams certified like this, they have full integration for things like call control, starting video calls, the audio controls. It would kind of mirror itself to what you see on your interface for Teams on your computer. So it just makes it very simple. And that certification, again, it also gives you that confidence that you can work with Microsoft and they can help support the hardware if needed. They appreciate it when there's optimized devices for Teams. And it just allows for easier support down the road if the product is certified for it.
And also worth pointing out, Dave, when we're talking about Microsoft as well as devices, with Poly, you also have an additional layer of service. There's an optional service that allows you to manage every single endpoint so they can get all upgraded at the same time. They're running the same firmware. You can know the status of the device, the health status, as well as where they're located, so that you have an awesome asset tracking capability. Because Dave, I know that many organizations bought thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of devices, and they have no idea where they're at. They have no way to audit or account where they're located or who has them.
Right.
Poly has a service that sits on top as a layer that allows you to have all that visibility as an IT manager or a business owner.
That'll be something that we'll have to dive into. We'll need to set up maybe a full solution suite where we have some video devices, we have some audio devices out on a network. We'll look at the asset manager interface. Maybe we'll have a specialist from Poly come on board and they can really dive into it and show the value of it, because it certainly sets them apart from other brands out there.
Absolutely.
Again, they're not number one in the industry by chance or luck. It's not just about that hardware. That back-end support piece it's just so important, and we'll work really hard to bring you more information so that we can share that with you.
Absolutely, Dave. Thanks for reminding us about that. And just a plug here, if you like what you're seeing, if you like this content, go ahead and bump the like button, as it lets us know that you support us. That's the way of showing the love. You want to show us some love? Bump that like button. Whatever platform you're on today, it's got a like or a thumbs up button. Go ahead and hit that, and this content will go to more people, and more people will share the love. So I appreciate if you could do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Dave, I think we covered it all on this particular device. No, or did we have something else that we wanted to talk about?
No, I think really what we want to do is we want to go to the end screens. We want to point the viewers to some of the other shows that we've done. We can throw that up, Ori.
All right. And Dave and I have a load of other videos where we can walk you through several other topics that you'll want to check out. We have the future of work, as well as a bunch of devices that we covered on Cyber Monday regarding video, audio, and headsets. So go ahead and jump in those if you want to get further details and information about those devices.